Hi everyone, it's Christy. Welcome back. I want to continue on the topic of using up washi, and specifically, I want to focus on using the skinny washi because what do you do with them, right? Not big enough to use for Bible tip-ins, or barely big enough to tape down a note. So I'm working on ways to use them up. And I hate to have them just sitting in here taking up room in my container. I only allow myself to have a pencil box full of washi tape at any given time. And these are just taking up space. If I use these, I have space so I can buy more washi of the regular sizes that I do use regularly. Okay? So let's focus on what we can do with our washi. 12. Okay. So I did a couple previous videos on things you can do, like underline books of the Bible, use strips down the side. I'll link those in the description and maybe the pinned comment if I think of it. But this idea is a little bit different. It's going to involve, let me pick one to work with here. Doesn't really matter. I've got no color scheme, so it doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is, at the end of any book of the Bible, there's usually some blank space there. And, you can just use it as is to take some notes. But I thought, well, what if I make a box outlined with washi to make a box, and in that special box, I will put a summary of what I learned from that book of the Bible. So, for instance, come on, stick. Oops, knocking over my glue sticks and all kinds of things here. Well, that went crooked, but that's okay. Why do I feel like I'm all thumbs? Now we're getting on a roll. Get it? Washi tape is a roll. We're on a roll. Okay, look at that. And just like that, we have a nice little box. I'm not sure if you can see it. That we can now write in a summary. Could have done it on the blank page, but this just gives me a way to spot it and say, okay, that's going to be my summary of that book of the Bible. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got some space at the end of Exodus. And you know what? Not all of the books of the Bible are going to have some empty space like this. So that's not a problem. That's a place where you'll just want to use a Bible tip in some blank paper. You write your Bible summary on a Bible tip in. I can still. Every once in a while, I get this fear that, oh, what if I'm out of the camera range? Well, that one went crooked too. Okay, something, I got the tension wrong on that one. Let me see if I can ease that tension. It made my Bible page curl, which tells me I got too much tension on the tape when I was sticking it down. But it's really well stuck down, so hopefully maybe it'll flatten itself out as the Bible page, as the weight of the Bible pushes on it. I just had pulled it, when I was pulling the tape, I pulled it a little too tight. I'm afraid if I pull it off, it's gonna not stick back down real well. Alright, well, we'll move on. Hopefully that will be okay. Now I'm being extra mindful not to put any pressure when I pull the tape. Look at us go. Come on. I know there's an end here. Okay. Tiny little space at the bottom of numbers. But I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to use up my washi. Where'd my end go? There, we got it. Oh, nice big space at the end of Deuteronomy. Let me grab a quick drink. Using up my skinny washi. Making Bible boxes where I can put summaries for each book of the Bible. When I get down to the bottom corner. I'm always afraid I'm going to cut the corner of my Bible. Makes me a wee bit nervous. Okay, so here's an example where Joshua goes all the way down to the end of the page. Look at that. It just happened to fit perfectly on that page. There was no room left over whatsoever. So we will carry on. Judges, again, has a tiny space, so we'll mark it out. We'll put a box there. That one went a little crooked also. Oh well. Ruth has a much better space. That's probably about the right amount of space. I mean, Ruth is only 4 chapters, so when you write a summary of Ruth, you're not going to need a whole lot of space, right? And you can either use it as a space to summarize the contents of the book or summarize what you got out of the book, okay? So here's open to how you want to use this space. But I thought it would be nice to mark off a special section at the end of each book for special notes, right? Special space for special notes. Okay, 1 Samuel. Ooh, nice big space. I'm not going to do anything different or tell you any deep, dark secrets here toward the end. So if you need to go, obviously, feel free. But I'm going to continue on. And if you want to just join me, maybe you're grabbed your washi or you're working on something in your Bible, we can just hang out while I finish. I don't know if I'll finish the whole Bible, but we'll hang out and I'll just keep doing this for a while. So if you want to hang out, be my guest and we will work in our Bibles together. Again, tell me if you have any ideas for how you like to use this super skinny washi, because it has taken me a fair amount of creativity to try to come up with ways to use it. And even this is like, I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, really. And it's just something I can do to try to use up the washi. Hanging out, crafting in our Bibles. Have you noticed I haven't been consistent about the order in which I do all the 4 sides of the box? Kind of just whichever one jumps out at me first. That's a lovely box. And the purple washi matches my purple Bible. Let's see, First Kings. Uh-oh. First Kings has a baby size spot. And I'm kind of wondering if I even have enough here to do this, but we'll see what I can get. Well, this definitely isn't an ASMR video because I'm talking, but I'm also aware of the fact that I kind of love the sound of the washi tape makes when I pull on it, especially now that I'm getting down to the bottom of this one. It has a definite ripping sound when I pull the tape. You guys like ASMR videos? I kind of dig them. It depends what they're doing a little bit, but there's something kind of oddly soothing about it. I suppose if I finish off this one, I'm trying to find. Okay, I have a couple choices here that are similar in color. Once I finish this one off, I may not finish a whole box and have to change colors in the middle of a box, but I do have some similar colors I can just continue with. Anyway, yeah, I like the ASMR videos, and I've never made one, but I think they're cool, especially the ones, I don't know, some of them, and there's the end of my washi. Yeah, that's just not even sticky on that end. Okay. Find. Okay. If I don't find it going one direction, I'll find it going the other. There it is. I know I need to cut my nails, but I've also been putting it off because I've been working with washi tape. And having a little bit of a nail does help get that washi tape. I finished off a roll, you guys. That is awesome. Ooh, nice big box. Oops. Dropping it on the floor. Well, we'll come down the side first. And that's my computer falling asleep. I try to keep it awake. Okay, come on, wake up. The monitor actually puts out enough light that it does kind of, it does kind of help light my workspace here. If I remember to keep it awake while I'm working. Okay, Second Chronicles has 0 space. The last verse goes all the way down to the bottom of the page. How did they even make that fit? They probably were cutting out lines, so they probably deleted a couple lines, right? Come on. There we go. But Ezra has some nice space. Let's do that. I don't know why I'm going to do the second one. Uh-oh. Where'd the end go? There he is. Nehemiah. Ooh, nice big space. Moving right along, moving right along. Oops, stick down. And again, I put too much tension on that, so the page is curling a little bit. Hopefully, the weight of the Bible will press that back out. Esther has a nice big space too. Okay. This is kind of weird. I'm having to work around my camera because the camera is between me and what I'm working on. So I'm having to kind of hunch over in a weird way. Making my shoulders a little bit sore doing this. But that's okay. I'm willing to take one for the team, right? But it means every once in a while I have to kind of pause to stretch my shoulders, stand up straight and stretch my shoulders. Job. Nice space at the end of Job, too. Well, that one went kind of wonky, but oh well. Okay, I'm going to call that enough for now. We've gone for half an hour, and we made it up to the book of Psalms. So, this is, again, just a way to use up washi tape, create a little box that pops out on the page, and you can use it for making special notes at the end of a book of the Bible, like a summary or a personal application space, or even a prayer. You could write prayer, use it for a prayer space. However you want to use it is fine. I just wanted to give you the idea that you can make some special spaces using these super skinny washi tapes that no one knows what to do with. All right, well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here, especially if you stayed all the way to the end. Special blessing for you for that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.